Narcissistic personality disorder, known as NPD, results in terrible emotional abuse for the victims of a toxic narcissist. Anyone who suffers at the hand of a narcissist is left feeling inadequate, confused, and in doubt of their own abilities. It doesn't matter the nature of your relationship with a narcissist, you will feel the sting of the abusive tactics. If you're the child of a narcissist, however, the abuse is complicated by the fact that you have never known another way. Moreover, the special nature of the relationship between a father and his daughter means that such abuse can continue to affect her for the rest of her life. Here are 10 ways that a narcissistic father harms his daughter. Narcissistic fathers exploit their daughter's talent. As mentioned, narcissists see the people around them as extensions of their own identity. That means they will exploit and use any talents that their children may have to their own advantage. They hate not being in the spotlight, so if their daughter has a talent that everyone is captivated by, the narcissist wants to somehow take credit to bring the spotlight back to them. They will also use their daughter's talent to get ahead in life. If she is a good performer and seeks out a career as a singer, for example, the narcissistic father may demand to be her manager and even steal money from her. The narcissist feels entitled to anything she is or can gain, given that he participated in giving her life. Narcissistic fathers invalidate their daughters. Narcissistic fathers teach their daughters that they are worthless, constantly invalidate their ideas and opinions. They send a clear message to their daughters that what they have to say is not valid. They teach their daughters that what is valuable about them, if anything, is not their intelligence or opinions. They invalidate the way they look and behave. They constantly undermine the developing sense of self-worth in the young child. That has dramatic consequences later in life. The daughter is unable to establish successful, intimate relationships. They may discard their ideas for a career because they don't believe they can do it. They continuously look for a way to recreate the relationship with their father as they try to form relationships in adulthood. They never feel confident about their abilities, and they often fail to live up to their full potential as a result of this abuse. Narcissistic fathers withdraw their love. The love of a narcissist is conditional. When you're doing what they want, they love you. But if you cross them, you are dead to them. For the daughter of a narcissist, this causes her to distrust the people she loves. She learns early on that she must perform to receive love, and even if she does so successfully for a while, that love can be withdrawn at any time. She learns to walk on eggshells around those to whom she is close. She also learns that love equates with how well she behaves. This makes her more submissive in her relationship with her father and anyone else in her life. She has learned that love can easily disappear, and that generates a low level of constant anxiety. These patterns continue into her adult relationships, and she often finds herself living with another abuser. It's another way that abuse perpetuates abuse. Narcissistic fathers send a message of never enough. This is one of the more toxic effects of narcissistic abuse. The daughter of a narcissist is learning every day in every way that she is never enough. She can't do enough to please her father. She will never receive the love and admiration she craves from her father, no matter what she says or does. Daughters who receive that message often become overachievers. They can go on to have great success in life, but they never get the recognition they want from their father. It undermines their self-confidence and creates that negative inner voice that can be so destructive to their self-esteem. They become dependent on external validation, though for different reasons than their father. Narcissistic fathers condition their daughters to interpersonal abuse. Another incredibly toxic result of narcissistic abuse is that it conditions their daughter to abuse. They often don't recognize what their father is doing as abuse, and when they are adults, they won't see it in their intimate partners either. They learn that abuse is normal and expected in close personal relationships. Their father has normalized the abuse, and since they are also looking to fix the relationship they had with their father, they often end up with abusive partners. What's more, they can go on to abuse their own children in a similar fashion. Narcissistic abuse was the model they had in childhood for how to raise a child, and they continue the pattern. Narcissistic fathers rob their daughters of self-confidence. All of these tactics undermine the self-confidence of the daughter of a narcissistic father. Instead of building her up so she can become an independent, functional adult, her father is always tearing her down. Narcissists don't want their children to feel self-confident because they don't want them to be independent. They want them to rely on their parent. That feeds their delusions of superiority, and submissive children are an excellent source of narcissistic supply. When a father does this to a daughter, it can easily undermine her self-confidence for the rest of her life. Narcissistic fathers make their daughters crave male attention. Not only do these abuse tactics make the daughter of a narcissistic father crave male attention, but it also makes them less discerning with regard to the type of male attention. That leaves them vulnerable to abusive relationships in the future. The daughter of a narcissistic father has been taught that her father's attention is paramount, and she wants so badly to please him. As a result, she often competes for male attention in unhealthy ways. In some cases, the daughter of a narcissistic father will do anything to get that male attention. She can demean herself or put herself in danger as a result. Narcissistic fathers teach their daughters they don't have boundaries. Narcissistic fathers also teach their daughters that they don't have boundaries. Narcissists in general ignore or constantly challenge the personal boundaries of everyone in their life. They see other people as mere extensions of their own identity, and that makes them feel entitled to violate their boundaries. For narcissistic fathers, they see their children as their possessions, which makes them feel even more entitled to violate their personal boundaries. Their daughters learn they don't have a right to expect others to respect them and treat them well. This is another way narcissistic fathers make their daughters more vulnerable to abusive relationships in adulthood. Narcissistic fathers disregard their daughters' needs. Narcissists in general disregard everyone else's needs. They believe everyone in their life, including their daughter, should be focused on the narcissist's needs. They believe themselves to be superior to other people, and that's why everyone should care about them, even though they don't care about anyone in their life. Their daughters learn to put their own needs aside in order to keep the peace and please their father. They may even come to believe they don't have a right to have needs. This leaves them vulnerable to abuse, but it can also cause them to ignore important physical and mental needs. That in turn can affect their overall health and longevity. It's another vicious cycle that feeds upon itself. Narcissistic fathers devalue their daughters. Narcissistic relationships typically involve 3 stages. The first is idealization. The second is devaluation, and the third is the discard. Most narcissistic parents start out idealizing their children. They are the most beautiful, the most intelligent, the fastest developing, and so on. They set unrealistically high expectations for them as a result. Of course, the children can't possibly live up to those expectations, and sooner or later, they will disappoint their narcissistic parent. When that happens, the devaluation stage begins. For the daughter of a narcissistic father, the devaluation stage can have devastating effects on her self-esteem. He may be critical of her weight, her appearance, and her abilities. He makes her feel worthless, and that has effects that can last a lifetime. In the end, a father has a special relationship with his daughter, just as a mother does with her son. That's true whether he's a good father or not. The narcissistic father, unfortunately, can scar his daughter for the rest of her life. He uses her for the narcissistic supply she can give him, and to prop up his own ego. It leaves a dark legacy that can perpetuate the cycle of abuse. He manipulates her emotions and uses them against her. There is a way out, but it involves a long journey of healing. To begin that journey, I would like to offer you my 5-step roadmap to heal emotional triggers. It's a free guide that can help you identify the emotional wounds that created your triggers, diffuse those triggers, and even heal those old wounds. I know the toxic effects a narcissistic parent can have on their child, and I really want to help you stop the abuse. If you click on the link below the video, I'll send this guide directly to your inbox. It will help you heal the wounds left behind by your narcissistic father. Thanks for watching.